For the first time in my life, I can afford to just go out and buy my girlfriend whatever she wants and a pair of shoes and spend money the whole day. It's like drag money. You just crumple it up and you throw it at people.
Welcome back, everyone. So last time we talked about Loren and Faith, and let me tell you, this guy is the gift that just keeps on crapping everywhere. Imagine if you had a boyfriend in a different country and you thought you were in love and you were going to move in with him, and then he arrives to meet you for what you think is just a visit, and he's like, hey babe, I know we were gonna live in America, but it turns out I forgot to mention I'm homeless. Yeah, I might be able to work something out where we stay in my friend's bathroom for a while. My friend who I've been hooking up with, by the way, because, oh yeah, we're in an open relationship too. I forgot to mention that. This guy has nothing but bad news, but he delivers all of it like he's the happiest dude in the world.
This is just one more reason why starting a life with Faith in the Philippines would be a great idea. I could financially be stable for once, and I could just pay for whatever she needs, and we'd both just be happy.
So if you don't remember, he brought $46 with him, and that's all he's got. He might have one more paycheck coming in from God knows where. But if he's going to live there, I'm assuming he's going to have to get a job there unless he's working online or something. So I don't know why he keeps acting like, oh, it's going to be so much cheaper here. It's going to be much cheaper here. Well, you're going to be earning money there too. And of course, instead of telling her about any of this, he waits until the worst moment and tells her in the worst possible way. But it's like he believes as long as he has a smile on his face, he can gaslight anybody into thinking his bad news is actually good news. So anyway, after the whole scene at the market, even though Faith is becoming increasingly skeptical of Loren, he thinks everything is all fine and dandy. Next, they plan to go meet one of her closest friends, and this is where he breaks the news to her that he doesn't plan to move back to America.
Now you meet in person, so how you get to know each other?
What we spend yesterday, right? And today, and hopefully she likes me.
I hope she likes me. Tell her about the test, honey. Don't be shy, come on, tell her about the test. It's funny to see how in his mind everything is going well. You know, he might think things are a little bit awkward, but still he thinks that everything's going great. And it's weird that he has all of these horrible things that he's about to tell her that could easily end the relationship, and he doesn't seem nervous in any way.
So, what is your plan?
My plan for...
Your plan for Faith?
That gets complicated.
It's
right?
complicated.
Right? So...
Ooh, it's complicated. So short-term plans, I'm probably going to crash on her couch for a while if she lets me after I tell her I've been cheating on her. Let's see, I got $7 left, but you know, I figured that'll last a while. That goes pretty far in your land, right? I was thinking I could live here and just see other people and then stop by every now and then.
There's an idea where I don't just go home. I just stay here somehow.
Do you have a plan to stay here?
I could see myself living here.
We kind of didn't talk about this at all. Yeah, but I talked about it just now. I just brought it up. Did you hear that? You know what, babe? You don't even have to concern yourself with such things. Here's a nickel. Go nuts. Actually, that's a quarter. I need that. Actually, that's your quarter, but I'm taking it though. I'm not giving it back.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Part of planning our future together, right? I mean, the cost of living is lower.
Do you want to stay here for good?
The way he goes, what do you mean why, to her friend just seems incredibly rude. Like, of course that's a valid question if that's not what you told her the entire time. She's under the impression that she is going to eventually leave her home and go live in America, a totally different place. Like, how can you guys not be on the same, how can nobody be on the same page when it comes to this? This is every couple. But the way he's trying to play this off just seems very manipulative, because I think he knows he wasn't honest about it, but he's trying to act like, oh, well, of course this is the plan. Of course that's what we're doing.
I thought if we're being together, we're going to be moving the US.
It's better if you bring Faith in the States and you're gonna work there.
But the issue is how. Because in America, I'm homeless.
Why is he acting like it's their problem? He's like, yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm homeless, so I have to live here. You're really gonna kick a homeless guy out after all I've done for Faith? After everything I've done? I bought her some stuff. That's it. That's literally all that's happened so far. People might have some sympathy for this guy if he was honest from the start, but the fact that he misled her this entire time and now he's dropping this on her and making it her problem, it's absolutely ridiculous, and he doesn't even see how unfair it is. In the last day and a half, her perception of him has probably changed so much. How is it even possible to go 6 months without mentioning that you're homeless? Like, what is going on? When is the last time he had a job? Like, does he have any plan on getting another one? Even if he's gonna live there, you still need a plan.
You get an online job. I just work from home. Because I could just do a computer job in America. I'd make American money in the Philippines. So I'd be making like 16, 17 American dollars an hour, which would be enough to like pay rent here.
Okay, but why aren't you doing that right now at home? Like, is this just some hypothetical job you might be able to get in the future? If you're homeless now and you aren't doing it now, then where's it gonna come from? Also, did they just never have a conversation about what he does for a living? Did he just blow off the question every time she tried to ask? Dude, why wouldn't you just work online the entire time you were couch surfing? You could have saved up some money for when you moved here. Instead, you spent the entire time cooking shrimp in a toilet. You had time for that, didn't you? You had time for that, but you couldn't find the time to make some money for your future. To me, this guy doesn't seem like he's homeless because it's out of his control. It seems like he just mooches off other people.
I have some IT training. I can answer a phone and take phone calls, and that'll be enough money for both of us, no problem. And if that doesn't work out, I could do pest control. I mean, I can do fast food. I can drive a truck.
Those aren't online jobs. That was your whole point to begin with. So at this point, it sounds like he's just saying he's willing to get any job. Well, I mean, that's good, but why didn't you do that for the last 6 months in America?
How you feel about that?
You know what? I'm nervous. Yeah. But I know that I know Loren is.
It's so off-putting the way he never stops smiling, like everything is just a big joke. I really hope it's just a nervous tick or something. And I think because Faith and her friend are being so polite and not really calling him out directly, he doesn't really understand that he's done anything wrong yet. It sounds to me like he's just been deliberately vague with her for a long time.
I just want to find who will be the person to, accept me for who I am as a trans man.
Yeah.
That's why I don't mind to have not enough money.
Because I accept you for who you are.
Yes.
So it's really nice that he accepts her for who she is, but also I'm a little worried that he's hoping that she'll be willing to settle for all of his bullshit because she's too afraid she won't be able to find somebody else who's accepting of her. He knows that this is super important to her, so he's banking on that being the reason that she sticks by him through all of this.
At least she knows that I accept Faith for who she is. And that's kind of what her biggest thing was. So if I fill that, the biggest box Faith has.
You see, this is kind of what I was just saying. I think he thinks as long as he supports her when it comes to that, she'll put up with the open relationship, she'll put up with all the other crap. That's why he's just going to keep emphasizing this point anytime they have a disagreement or anytime that he gets called out on lying about something. I could be wrong, but to me it seems like he is really hoping to take advantage of the fact that she is in a vulnerable position.
I was not expecting to stay here in the Philippines, but I really care for Loren.
So it sounds like already she is giving in when it comes to this, which admittedly it's not as big of a deal as the other things that he's keeping from her. Speaking of which, later that night, Loren reveals that he has a disease from an encounter of the scoodly poop kind. He gets a text from a friend of his who he was recently with, and she's telling him to get tested. So now, not only does he have to tell Faith that he's been cheating on her, but he has to tell her that this happened and that this is a reason that they can't be intimate right now. As if she would even want to. That's another thing, is like he seems to still be concerned, like, oh no, what if I can give it to her? I have to make sure I can't give it to her. Like, dude, you have to tell her about all this first.
How are you feeling?
So I've never gotten a disease from anyone. I usually don't get sick, ever. But my penis is upset.
Alright, nobody cares, dude. This guy spends like the next episode and a half trying to talk about his junk and wanting us to feel bad for the pain he has to go through. Wait till you see how he tells Faith about all of this. It is one of the most shocking things I've ever seen on this show. And I know I'm saying things like that a lot, but that's because they keep one-upping themselves. It's ridiculous.
I always planned on talking to Faith about having an open relationship once I got to the Philippines. But this probably isn't the best way to broach that conversation.
Oh, you don't think so? You don't think this is super duper romantic? You don't think she's gonna be head over heels after this one? Also, obviously, you should tell somebody from the start of a relationship if you want to be in an open relationship. But even if you were going to wait to have that conversation face to face like he is here, then you can't just start seeing other people first. Like, you have to talk to her first and then see where it goes. Which even still she would be upset by because that's not what she agreed to.
So I'm definitely gonna tell Faith, but she's got a fun day planned, so I'm not just gonna like spring it on her very first thing. So I'm gonna let us do some fun stuff, and hopefully this gonorrhea thing doesn't ruin the day.
Yeah, so that's the sad thing, is she probably thinks the worst of it is over now. Like, she found out now that he's homeless and that he wants to move there, and now they can enjoy their time together. They can get to know each other. They have this really nice day together, and they go swimming, and things seem to be looking up from her perspective. And then he drops the news, and just listen how he brings this up.
Did you really enjoy?
I really enjoy it. Feel like kissing energy. So we can't kiss. We can't kiss.
All right, well, you're the one who brought it up. Hey, babe, this has been such a romantic day. Do you feel like kissing right now? Well, we can't because I have gonorrhea. So luckily, she has waited to even kiss him. Like, she wants to move very slowly with this guy, and her intuition was correct.
I have gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea?
Why is he saying it like that? He's announcing it to her like he just won the lottery or something. You'd think by the way he's telling her, he's surprising her with like a vacation to Paris or something. And also, as you'll see, he doesn't really seem to understand why or how she would take this negatively. I don't think he even apologizes at any point for any of his behavior here.
Remember I sent you the picture on Halloween of the girl from Thailand?
Oh, I thought you were good talking and helping her.
I did. So she spent the night.
Oh God, I need to remind myself that his smile may just be a nervous thing. Maybe it's out of his control because, man, he really needs to stop acting like everything is just going to be laughed off.
We are dating for how many months?
Online?
Yes, online.
Well, I haven't met you yet. It don't count as cheating until I meet you, right?
It's still cheating.
You think so?
Because we are talking about you go here to meet.
Oh my God, this guy is infuriating. He knows exactly what he's doing here. I hate how nonchalant he's being about this whole thing. Like, oh, well, it doesn't really count if we're just dating online, as if he wasn't taking her seriously. Like, dude, you're moving here. You're living here now. You're planning on asking her to marry you. Like, this is something you intended to take seriously. And now you're trying to act like, oh, well, we just dated online, so I didn't really know what we defined ourselves as. Like, dude, you're changing your whole life around her. Not that there was much to even change anyway, but also another reason that this is stupid is because he wants to have an open relationship. So it doesn't make sense for him to be like, oh, I didn't realize it was cheating because we weren't together in person yet, when you want to do this when you are together in person too. The whole thing is very calculated, and I don't buy his little nice guy routine for half a second.
That just makes me shocked.
I know. But it's treatable. You get one shot, it's over.
That's not what she's shocked about, you idiot. Stop talking about your junk for 2 seconds and listen to somebody else for once. I cannot believe he just said that. So basically he's like, I've been cheating on you and now I have an STD, but don't worry. It's totally treatable. It'll be fine. I'm gonna be okay. Not an ounce of remorse. He doesn't apologize, and he has no shame either. He's not even embarrassed by this. It's mind-boggling.
So back to Manila?
Yeah.
And it seems like he's just trying to play it cool, like hoping that she won't even notice what just happened. But anyway, I think that's about all I can handle for now. We're just about caught up. That's not everything that's happened yet, but we'll probably cover the rest in another video. What does everybody think so far? You think these two are gonna live happily ever after? Even though a lot of this is hilarious, obviously it's still very sad. She is clearly hurting a lot in the next few episodes. So I hope this has a happy ending for her at least. I hope she realizes what's going on and gets out of this situation with him. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you next time.
It's like drag money. Just crumple it up and you throw it at people. This is just one more reason why starting a life with faith in the Philippines would be a great idea. I have gonorrhea.